Hey, how's it going? Um, boom. Nope, that didn't do it. Why? Hang on. What happened to my display cap? There it is. Fuck. Anyway, um, okay. I did a lot. I did a lot. I got tired of not being able to see where crap is. Now, bear in mind that this is a project. This is the very first game I'm trying to make. This project has been a learning experience because I've had to rearrange my code so much because I have different ideas. I learned different things. Then I realized I was a dumbass and did things the wrong way, and that's not going to be a false statement any time in the future. So what I've done is I did this part here. So I wanted to add a new section in because I wanted to make like an intro. So the game doesn't just necessarily start at the menu. I wanted to have like some sort of intro or whatever. Have no idea what I'm going to be doing with that yet. So it's there. And then I was like, well, I hated the way that the section was. So, I made it do a loop. So now I have this all states. Are you in good hands? All state. No, I can't do the voice. Never mind. So I have the current state that you're testing, the state that you're going to be going to, and then because of the way that I have the music going, it's the music being going to be played in the other state, the state that you're going into. So then I have this, and then you come down here and you check to see what state you're in. So the first argument, and then you transition to the second argument, and then if there's a third argument, we go ahead and do that, which there always is. I could probably just remove that, to be honest, because I think I'm always going to have a third argument. But anyway, that's that part. And so the other thing that I did was in the game states, let's shrink that down. So I've got my intro state. There is a new section. I am now handling my collisions in a separate method. Of course, there's nothing in this one. It's just set to pass. So it's actually the game state that's doing it. So what I found was that I was in the update, and in update, I was sometimes doing the collisions, and then sometimes I was doing them in draw. And then, of course, the collisions can be difficult to keep track of because a collision requires two things. And so you have to decide what is hitting what. Like, So sometimes I would have, because when you're hitting one thing and you got like two arrays of things, like, you got multiple bullets and you got multiple enemies. Well, you have to loop through one and loop through the other. So I wanted to have like some sort of situation where I start, when I create a parent loop, I want to have all the child things in there. So you can see how messy that would get, especially in the case of, my ship has bullets. So that projectile would be the parent loop. And then I would assume that all projectiles would be considered as the antagonist in the situation, and so therefore a bullet would shoot many things, as opposed to having many things being shot by a bullet. And the only problem that comes with that is when you have the enemy. I'll show you the what I've got here. So the enemy projectiles will shoot the ship. But sometimes I've got things that aren't projectiles that the ship might collide with. So therefore, the ship becomes the projectile in that case. And what's going on here? Did I not label this correctly? No, I did not. All right, well, I'll have to label that. I'll do that now. No, I'll do it later. But anyway, so yeah, if the ship gets did I put that lower down in here? No, I didn't. You know what? Hang on. Got to do this now because I don't know why. It's there. So now, you know, the ship is the projectile, but you know, it's like the ship will hit the enemy. It all depends on what takes the least amount of what I would consider spaghetti code. So that's what I did there. And then, of course, then Kana can hit itself. Well, I don't want it to hit itself because the way that I have it, it usually is in the manifest section. We got the incorrect Kana, and it's going to where is it? Time incorrect. Oh yeah, incorrect Kana thresh. So that is like I think probably like between 1 and 2 seconds. So the incorrect Kana won't touch itself per se, but it could interact with the correct Kana because it would spawn at the same time and at the same location, theoretically. I don't have any code to avoid that, which I probably should look into, but you know, you want to have a functional game at some point, so that's how it is. So when that happens, they collide. And so when the Kana collides with when the wrong Kana collides with the good Kana, the good one, the correct one that you're supposed to be shooting will persist. And so therefore you won't be like left without being able to shoot one, like, yo, that wasn't my fault. But I do have that actually happen with other things. So let's finally get into the freaking game. What are we, like 7 minutes almost into the video? Let's get into the game. And that's not how we enter the game. This is how we enter the game. And so I've got some like keys that I've got set up. So like, you know, and that big laser actually is supposed to be shooting everything, but this is the menu. So I would need to copy the collision section from the game data, the game section into the menu. But anyway, let's start that. Shove me down the bottom. Here's a problem. If I keep holding down, then what happens is the thing that makes you fall backwards ends up, you know, doing that a lot. But here we are in the game. Let's shoot that so I don't collide with it. Oh shit. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, power-ups are now shootable, and you get a nice warning message that you shouldn't be doing that. Alright. So now let's make a lot of Kana. Kana will, you know, interact with itself. Well, the wrong Kana will overlap when I do this because it's not supposed to. But here we go. Let's bring that in, and that is so satisfying. Let's do a whole bunch more. Shoot that because I can. Right? And now let's situate me here. Make that happen. Boom. That's satisfying. I feel like that's a good effect. That's something that people would like to see. Also, if we just spam with a lot of power-ups, the enemy laser gets rid of that too. Also, it shouldn't be... I don't want it making that sound. I need to remove that from the code. But yeah, I want the laser to be something you fear. Like when you move out of the way and you see all the destruction that it's done in its wake, you're like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't get hit by that. So yeah. Also, let's. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Ah! Bullet hell. All right, let's make a lot of Kana. And for fuck's sake. All right, let's do that again. Let's make a lot of these, and then we will make some enemies show up, and you will see that the enemies can actually shoot. Oh, actually, you know what? Their bullets are persisting. I don't want that. I want them to accidentally shoot a Kana and then it dies. Okay, I need to do something about that. Yeah, that's unfair, because these things just are unfair. So, anyway, that's what I got so far. Oh, yes, and the big laser also kills enemies as well, because why shouldn't it? Right? But you don't get any points for that. Actually, there's no points for killing enemy right there anyway. I need to throw that in there. Probably 5 points or something like that. Anyway, that is what we got so far. That's the work I've been doing. Just basically sitting here, going into a trance. We're over 10 minutes. So that's the end of this video. Bye.